I'm going to be making a clown costume, so I'm modifying these two patterns and then making a little one to go around my neck as well. Alright, so I'm just cutting out 3 of this skirt pattern and I'll do this one. Oh, sorry, bud. Do you want to walk around while I just sew the skirt?
Walk around.
Thanks, sweetie. I don't mean to make it hard. So far, I've got these 2 lengths, and then I'll just do one shorter one. Alright, so the next part of the costume is around the neck bit, and I'll probably make 4 layers there. So I've done 2 layers. What is it? Okay, so I'm pull that up. Yeah. Let's see what's up now. Hey, you're sure? Yeah. And I these are spare, pull it down, pull it spare, so the 3 ways and off. So now on seams. Two goes. Again, we'll pass it up. We'll put it up. Yeah? Do you want to take the first or you just want to get all over Hampton? And do you check the property that you want to go in Hampton? I'll be very watching how many times, but you check within the devices. You know, the license or something about it, we're online, you can run your Friday. Yeah, so check tomorrow, Wednesday. I think it'll be Friday, so you go like this office, but we're all there. No, those. That's what we got. Right, you go outside. This finish goes up to. Cramping. Stretch. Fine. Alright, yeah. What do you think? This is the side. There's that one, there's the other one, there's a big one, and there's that one. Oh, that one's shaking, guys. Do it. Okay, so in there. Okay, so okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's go around these. Okay, so now I'm going to be pinning this frilly neck, whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the circles up on top of each other. I've measured around, okay, so this is Lucas's one, so this is a slightly bigger one. My one's over there. So I've measured around his neck and I've pinned that because I'll sew that before I attach it to these. And then I'm just opening these up, placing them on top of each other. And then I will pin them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll sew around there, I'll sew a square there, then I'll attach this to this to sew those 2 together. Alright, so I'm making the pattern slightly longer, so I'm going to go 2 inches longer than the longest point on each one. Yeah. 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 Let's do now. There. 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 No, because I don't do that. On the water. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a book, some rubber rings. That gives us a nice straight line from the start. There, there, and there, visit. Look. Put the edge inside. It's not going to be else. I don't rub a pen this time fabric because it's been sturdy. Next one. That's why I think.
Oh, man, it's in my head. Oh, so sorry. Sorry. Wait,
Sorry.
he's doing it. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Alright, so next we're sewing the bodice together. So we just start at one side,
Mummy,
go around.
how do you play in my way?
Sorry about that. Here, let me move that. Is that better?
Yeah.
And then so we pin the two bits together and we'll just sew them and then keep attaching it to the rest of the bodice. Right. I just like it. You tell me you do it. I'll just leave it. Sorry about that. Do you mind that there? Ah, so it's left. Right. So that side. Actually, I don't need to really. I do look at it and everything. I'm doing something like that. I don't do that to like anything. It's recording. Yeah, that was my long. And I tried with some ribs bone and the 3 minutes left back to these are one of the vegetables and I don't want to try now. It wasn't much more than yeah. Alright, so making my edging, I've got this red ribbon, and for the centerpiece I'll probably get a new red ribbon half the width of this one instead of just doing this one. But for the top and the bottom, because it needs to be folded over the edge to give it a nice edge, I'm just going to fold it in half. I do actually have a tool up in the sewing machine, up in the sewing room, that you just pull the ribbon through and it automatically folds it for you. But because it's, you know, it's just one corset's worth of edging, I'm just doing it by hand. So just hold it, hold it, press it. Now let's pop the other tool in this one for you, just want to rip it. Alright, and that should be about enough for the top and the bottom. So I'll go change over to a red thread. But since it's a costume, I'm just going to freehand it. So I've made the end nice by just folding it in on itself. And put that at the top. Let's make sure that's no. Hold it up. Now do point. Drop it down, drop it. Change angle. Hold it up. Put it down. Back on. And we're gonna cut this. Fold it back in on itself to give it that tidy edge. And voila, there's the edging on the top bit of the corset done. And next we do the bottom. So, change of plan, so I can just finish it off now. I'm just sewing the centerpiece, so I just folded it in half as well to make it the same thickness as the others. And I pinned this one because I want it to stay, you know, kind of in the center and I'm not following an edge. And yeah, right, so just putting edging now down these two seams to make them nice and neat and tidy. And then we've got our corset done. Here's how the corset is coming along so far for my scary clown costume. So I'm just going to put some elastic on the back to close it. Alright, and then to close the back, I'm just using elastic, so it's an easy slip-on, slip-off. So I've put 4 elastic tabs on one side. I'll just sew them on, turn it around, sew them on the other one, and then it's a pretty easy slip-on and off. And again, I'm using a zigzag stitch on the elastic. So, and I've taken it right up to number 6, so it goes really wide. So the next piece I'm doing is the neck ruffles. So I'm just going to sew the 4 bits together first to make it easier to work with. And it's going around in a circle. So that's one thing. And close it around. I get this out in Bristol. I'm using my boxes, costume, and scary costumes over brackets and realistically, I don't need elastic around that. It could just be just one. I'll put on that doing. Take our hands. I'll put elastic on top of that a bit more. So yeah, once the elastic's on, it'll pull it closer to the neck and give it just that little bit more of a clown-like ruffle. Cute! So, pinning on the elastic, what we're going to do is we're going to find the center. So I've sewn them together to make a loop that's the right length of the neck. And then I'm going to find the center down this end, put a pin in it. Bring the pin and this center together, and that'll give me my two sides. So I'll put a pin in that one. Pin in the other side. Right, and then I'm actually just going to do yellow dots on this one. So I'll get that like that. I'll do yellow dot, and fold it with the two yellow dots together. And sides up. Yellow dot. Then I just got to put my pins on. So just going around the outside. All right, so pick up this one, place that in the center, pin it, then bring this pin to the next dot. Next dots. On that. And this. And it was done because insert that you know you line out the right, but so one stretch will know to you'll mess up. What do we say? Oh, you run out of last and you end. Yes, no, that's right. Okay, so my start one, I'm going to put it all on the machine. Get my start. Whip out this pin. Put my foot down. Why? That happens sometimes. Very frustrating when it does. Not really good to pull the fabric through when you've got the foot down, but maybe we'll think about that next time before it goes pulling its own thread out. Not likely, since it's an inanimate object that I'm in control of this whole situation. As you can see, I'm not really in control of the whole situation because the thread just pulled out. Okay. We'll do our 3 stitches. Back stitch. We'll find these ones. We'll pull this tight. This edge on here. So I'm going to keep that bit tight, pull this pin out, keep it coming around to that point before I stretch my next section. So I put the foot down, put the pin down, pull the fabric around, find my next pin, stretch it tight. Make sure that that edge is lined up with this edge. Foot down, pin out. Keep that pressure on. Foot down, thread it through, find that next pin, pull this tight, make sure it's lined up with the edge. Foot down, pin out. See, that's why it's a problem putting the pins in backwards. Because instead of pulling the head towards you, you're trying to push the head under the foot of the doodie-daggy. Right, again, pulling it tight. Keeping that edge. Down, lock it. I'm really happy with how the clown neck ruffles came out. It's very cute, very clown-like. Yeah. All right, so the skirt is much the same as the neck ruffle. There it is there. Cute. Scary clown costume. So I'm going to be putting a red ribbon trim around the base of Lucas's one. So I'll just sew that good sides together and then flip it back down and iron it so that it kind of puffs out a little bit. Alright, so that's the red trim added on. Gives it a nice edge. Yeah. Cute. Lucas's clown costume's all finished. This is the boys' one. Super cute, scary clowns.
Well, hey. Oh, mate, I've been stalking you two. Yeah, but yeah.
Hey, we can build we can build like one of those things. Hey, man, what are those boots called that you punch and Judy in? Yeah.
Is that we haven't taught him how to count yet? Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
On the place we go.